So yeah, hello everyone, Steve here. So for today's video, I'm gonna be talking about Chris Gamer. Specifically, I'm gonna be talking about like his his most like newest work that came out like a week ago, as well as like generally just glazing him pretty much. Yeah, the reason why I'm talking about this is because of cause like last night I watched his newest work, that being the fight between SCP-096 and Invincible, which at first of course I was like excited to see, but at the same time scared of course about because I really knew of course like Mark was not gonna win just by the yeah like Mark was not gonna win the fight at all. Um, yeah, like I know like he's gonna get his butt absolutely kicked, of course. But I knew he's gonna survive nevertheless, because I know they're not gonna. Because I know because I know because I have a feeling, of course, that Chris was not gonna like kill off Invincible. Because Mark's so important, of course. Nevertheless, as the MC. But anyways, yeah. So I ended up like watching the course, which I really love. Like the fight, like it's absolutely peak. That being of like that being how like how how like Monk ends up like finding SCP-096 in the first place, as well as like the aftermath of course of like Monk getting like truly like the beating in of like truly the beating of a decade. Like not gonna lie, the beating he received from SCP-096 was far worse than the beating he ends up getting um it's like far worse than the beating he got from like Conquest in like the main timeline. So yeah, and like yeah, and I really love the video nevertheless, and I feel like we're probably gonna get like a rematch of course between Mark and SCP-096. Either a rematch of course where either Mark will be able to beat SCP-096 into submission, the same how Frag and Conquest did it. Yeah, no, not Conquest, Battle Beast, my bad. Uh, yeah, my bad. It's Frag and Battle Beast, not Conquest. Conquest, on the other hand, sure, was able to put up good fight. However, of course, he ends up getting the ass kicking of a century as well. And to get and the ass kicking of a century before Thrag ends up like stepping in and prevent like SCP-096 from like killing him. But still, I really enjoy it. But like generally, I actually do love Chris Gamer's like work. Like even for like oh like because mind you like he animates like all his fights of course on his phone, but nevertheless they look absolutely amazing. And he's like a one and it's like and he's like a one man army. Like he does like everything he does of course, from like the animating, the fighting, like the animating, storytelling. Yeah, there's actually lore like in his videos. Yeah, the storytelling, like as well as like the voice acting. Even if he uses actually, I'm not sure if he uses AI or he uses those text to speech. I don't know what he uses for like the voices, but I really love his work. Nevertheless, big fan of his pretty much. And mind you, that's him doing all the work himself. If he like had like a team of like animators and like had a team of people of course that actually like could that yeah, if he had like a team of people of course to help him out with his work, it would probably be like it would probably end up making like the greatest videos known to man, like low key, like but it would be straight up like I don't know, overthrowing Hollywood. And yeah yeah, overthrowing Hollywood. Like I love his work pretty much. um and there are also some like other fights, of course, that I would love to see. Like so far, like I know like the SCP-096 fights are like his most popular one. On first was like Homelander, and then eventually was like well, actually no, not Homelander. It was first was like Saitama, but eventually he gradually shifts to like other characters. Like I think it was Homelander, Army Man, Superman, as I mentioned, Conquest, Battle Beast, Thrag, and now Invincible, pretty much, which I'm really enjoying nevertheless. There's some like other characters, of course, I would love to see, of course, Chris, of course, animating, of course, either beefing or even having dialogue with one another. So yeah. But yeah, that's generally all the glaze I'm gonna do for today. I hope you guys, also agree with me, of course, and also love Chris Gamer's work. And yeah, that's the end for today's video. Hope you guys have a splendid day. I'm gonna spend my day. Yeah, I'm gonna spend my day watching Castlevania, but as well as like, a bit of gaming, of course. And I'm gonna make a video, of course, about talking about like what I think of. Actually, no, I'm probably gonna talk about Castlevania once I'm like officially done with it. So yeah. But anyways, Bye bye.